It looks like Indiana Doug and criminal con man, felony liar, fraudster Jerry Simmons have teamed up. It's in the chat. However, Jerry Simmons changed his name to Jay's Small Engine Repair. Dang, Jerry, I'm sorry you changed your name to Jay's Small Engine Repair. I wonder why you had to do that. You've got me more than 300,000 views. Maybe I'll end up getting my $100 back from you. But Jerry seems to tell Doug, I know 2 people that bought that Noker crap. Jerry, I'd like for you to name those 2 people that you know, because you're a freaking liar. And I did say that some people around Baton Rouge had them. There was one guy that got this from me. Got this from me on a full guarantee, but it wasn't a buyer's remorse. I don't like the saw, I want my money back. It's a, I'm gonna keep you running, you're gonna have a saw that runs. He didn't want another 440. He didn't want a 440 at all. He didn't want a 372. He wanted all of his money back. I'm not in the buyer remorse business. So I did give him a 381 and I gave him a 5800 because he had an emergency that night. He had to go cut some wood that night and I gave him 2 saws. So he did not buy a 381 from me. He bought this saw. The other guy in town is a guy that I work with in the tree service industry. That's the only 2 people in the Baton Rouge area that have a Noker 381 from me. And Jerry, you need to go ahead and say their names, print their names, and come up with the information, because I'm calling you out on continuing to lie. All right, the man that bought this from me that ended up getting a 381 that didn't buy the 381, his name, first initial is L. Okay, and he's in the Baton Rouge area. That's the saw he bought. He didn't buy the Noker 381. Okay, and as far as Luke goes in Sydney, Australia, hello Luke. I think you asked Doug who makes a 440 in China, and Doug told you Holtz Pharma. Holtz Pharma doesn't make anything. Doug is your false idol now, teamed up with criminal con man lion Jerry Simmons, who had to change his name to Jay's Small Engine Repair. There's at least one factory that makes 440s. There may be more, at least other factories that make parts, but I know one factory that makes them, and it's not Holtz Pharma. It's not Pharmatech. Now, these are original genuine stills. I bought that still when I was in my 20s, on my age. That's over 30 years ago. When I changed that carburetor, it had a Chinese carburetor in it. So that was a late 1990s FS85 trimmer, and it had a Chinese carburetor from the late 90s. So that indicated to me that this company's relying on Chinese parts. All right, so I'm very familiar with still products. They're great. 440s are not perfectly stable in China. That switch needs to be repaired. If I sell any of these saws, I tell everybody that switch is going to be a little bit of a problem. I can't guarantee that switch 100%. Okay? But you see this A right here? You see Hanakawa? Jimbo's Bench asked Doug to go ahead and get his hands on Hanakawa. I would be very, very delighted to see Doug get his hands on a Hanakawa. Shipped fresh from the United States. I'm sorry, into the United States from overseas. Doug can't get his hands on Hanakawa right now, or at least I don't think he can. They've shut down their sales to the United States right now based on some agreements with some folks. Now, you know, same thing might happen with Noker, maybe. I doubt it. That A is on a cylinder that's on Tin Man's video with his 288 Pharmatech. Pharmatech purchased 288 kit made by this company right here. Hanakawa was Peter's brand idea. That's Peter that owns this factory. The name of the factory is not Hanakawa. That's a brand, just like Noker's a brand. The name of the factory for Noker is not Noker. So I think Doug also called Noker a trading company, like he thinks he knows what he's talking about. Doug is your false idol, everybody. Doug is a wannabe false idol. And am I pissed? Hell yeah, I'm pissed. Doug did a misrepresentation, a dishonest misrepresentation that I was selling Noker 381s to everybody, charging them twice as much and selling them crap, and I haven't been selling them. I'm working on their improvement on quality, and I got one prototype based on additional quality, but it's over. Anybody want Noker, it's all yours. By the way, when they ship you a box of clothes, you're not going to get your money for your missing box. So, you know, go for Noker now. If you make an agreement with them, a contract with them, good luck. I'm just worried about the money that they've got, the 5-figure money they've already got from me right now. I might have to fly over to southern China and contract an attorney and get that money back. Thank God I sent off my passport. So in one sense, Doug did me a favor, but I've already talked to the law firm this morning. I've got text messages back and forth. I'll make a good case. My attorney's surprised Doug didn't call me to start working everything out. You know, my attorney saw the video. He said, you gave the guy option to call you. He didn't call you yet to work this out? Nope, he didn't call me yet. All right, leave those comments up. And anybody that subscribes to Doug and wants to support him, go ahead and send me some nasty messages about all the things that Doug says. Go ahead and send me those nasty messages. Go ahead and tell me you'll never buy some saws from me as well. Go ahead and tell me my business is now failed because of Indiana Doug. Go ahead and let me know. Keep putting messages on his channel and keep putting messages on my channel. You know, everybody that finds him more credible than me, go ahead and put your comments out there. Like, subscribe, share, thumbs up. Take care.